Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Human Revolution. In their defense, I've seen an anime or two in my time, and I think that a, sub-24 girl from Japan has a lot of potential to be very dangerous.
Okay.
And it's actually, I think that it probably scales inversely with age.
Yeah.
For a long time, until you get down to too young to be a magical girl.
Oh yeah.
That range.
And I mean, honestly, you put any magical girl in a box unwillingly, that's a time bomb. You're just waiting for, somebody hits the power breaker, and then they wake up, and it's like magical girl transformation, shards of this box into everybody in the vicinity, and just angry eyes.
Well, then you wind up with a scenario like Jehuti.
Yeah.
Waking up at the start of Zone of the Enders 2.
Yeah. Whoa! Whoa, we were not expecting that. So the lesson here is don't put people in boxes. Jeez, metaphorically, physically, don't do it. This place is creeping me out, man. I was having a nice time over here in Deus Ex, but this ship feels like it's been too long.
Well, I think that the reason why is probably because there's no accounting for other people's crimes in these sorts of scenarios.
Yeah.
I've been playing a pretty squeaky clean game, minus that one incidental murder on behalf of Malik.
Yeah. That was Malik.
And I thought that they gave me a bunch of unlocked devices. Why?
Did you already use them?
I guess they didn't give me my unlocked devices back.
That sucks. Let us in. Let us in. Hey.
Well,
let us in. We're just gonna knock you out. Won't be any worse off than the people you're guarding.
It's probably fine. It's probably just little treasures.
Probably snacks, though.
Let's make sure that this isn't gonna lead to a cutscene.
I don't know. That's an awfully glass-looking door. Oh, no, it's a save room. We made it to the save room. Biometric
Finally.
security scan. I don't think that you should be in here. They're gonna know who you is. Are you doing this willingly? Is this a good plan? I feel like it's not a good plan. Why, Benson?
Sadly, your wake has set the base on alert. I may be able to buy you some time, but...
So, you're a hacker.
There's the maintenance tunnel in loading bay 1. Access through a floor panel. Get inside. Follow the cables, and try not to kill the person inside.
Access granted.
Okay. We're pretty good at not killing people, right?
Generally. Oh man, I wanted to see if this was an actual representation of Jensen or not.
Yeah. I don't think it is.
One thing that I've always been very morbidly curious about was if he lost his genitals in the accident. Because
right?
because I mean that it seems sort of juvenile.
It does, but I am curious.
Or it seems like he escaped with his life. That should be enough. But that would be a huge psychic blow to someone.
Yeah, well, and it's not like this game doesn't talk about sex trafficking and augmentations in the genital zone anyways. So it's like, why not cover that with Jensen? Right?
Yeah, I do wonder if he's also suffering from the fact that because he didn't have any kids before.
Why wouldn't they give him a replacement?
Well, that's not what I don't think that they could replace his ability to inseminate.
Oh, okay. You think that he might be missing his testicles.
Yes.
And
Thus the ability to reproduce, which he could have.
He could have cared about, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe he kept putting it off, and then things didn't work out with Megan, but it's like the kind of thing that he could have held on to. It's like, I'll be a dad later in life.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, not gonna do that now. Can't be that way.
Oh, don't be so sad. You know they froze part of his sperm so they can clone him later. Like, he's owned by somebody at this point. Like, somebody took some samples.
I don't think that you were wrong, but that doesn't
Make it feel any better, really. It might be worse.
Might not be any better for him.
Yeah. And it might be worse.
Do I have the reflex? Oops. Did somebody see me, or is this just an alarm zone? Do I have the reflex booster? I think that's in the back. No, I do not have the reflex booster.
Have you ever been on a very large boat?
I have never been on a boat.
Oh yeah, you have.
I've never been on a real boat.
Not even like a ferry?
I don't think so.
Not a canoe?
Nope.
A raft?
Mm-mm.
You've never been like whitewater rafting tourist style?
No. I'm still alive, aren't I?
I've been twice.
Ghost.
Both times before the age of 15.
Well, see, that's the reason why. It's because
I'm rubbery.
The second time killed you so hard you came back to life.
I see.
They cancel each other out.
You've never been on any sort of watercraft?
I don't think so, no. Does a continental shelf floating on a sea of lava count?
In this case, we're gonna say no. Well,
I don't think I've ever been on a real boat.
Have you been on a bridge?
Those don't exist, so I don't see how I could have.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess why would you, right? I'm sorry, I was going somewhere with this, but now I'm all stumped. I went on...
No, sorry. Ask me the question again.
Have you ever been on a boat? Any kind of boat?
Yes, and it was a space boat.
You've been on a space shuttle?
Yeah, I've been on a space boat.
Uh-huh. Was it in space?
No, it was landed for repairs.
Uh-huh. Have you... Okay, alright. I feel the need to fix that for some reason, like it's some important life experience, but I don't know if it is.
I've been on imaginary boats. I understand the physics behind them. Say what you want to say.
Okay, well, I was just...
I've made and captained fake boats.
I went on an aircraft carrier one time.
What?
Yeah.
Jealous.
And got to ride a helicopter,
jealousy.
too. I went on an aircraft carrier in the mystical land of Texas. They had one. They had an aircraft carrier in somewhere where you could visit in Texas. And I think that it was an important aircraft carrier because it was old and touristy, but not so old that it wasn't extremely impressive. And I also got to ride in a helicopter the same day. And my dad expressed enthusiasm in the helicopter ride, and so the helicopter pilot took us sideways a little bit. So I saw the water as the water was like next to me.
Yeah.
It was cool, and my mom...
In a helicopter.
And my mom was losing her mind. It was a military helicopter. It was a good... it was a real... I don't know what it was. I was a tot. I was a tater tot. But I went on... This reminds me a little bit of the aircraft carrier because it feels much more like a city than a boat. It's weird. But I've also been on like leisure boats, like pontoon boats.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever... No, you've never been on a boat. I can't...
I am the antithesis of that song. from like the 2010 region.
I need to go find a boat for you to stand on just so you can say you have.
I'm off the boat. I'm off the boat. Look at me, motherfuckers. Off a boat.
Oh.
Suspicious of what, you dumb piece of shit? Just fried your stupid circuits, dumbass camera.
The aircraft carrier was really cool, and it was smaller than this, though. I feel like it was smaller than this, but it was like a little airport. On top of it, it was like a little airport, and then there was like insides and hallways, and it was like this. Well, I mean, with less human trafficking, I would hope. I didn't explore every part of the ship, but it was really neat. I don't think that they had any other military equipment on it, but it was...
Was it decommissioned?
I think so. I think it was like a fancy thing. I think it was like a monument to, oh, hi, box friend. Hello, yes. None of those were on there. But this just took me back there because I was feeling a little exhausted at walking around in this place because it just opens up into this bay full of more stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not a boat, this is a town.
I think that we might be off the boat.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that this is a dock.
I don't know.
No, because I think that's why we went on a sally port.
A sally port? What's a sally port?
It is the port from which you sally forth, I believe,
Oh.
is why it's named that way.
And it has nothing to do with people named Sally
Tragically, no.
or anyone silly.
No, that would be a silly port. It's very different, and I would urge you not to chuckle at it.
I just wanted to hear you say it. Thank you for delivering on my silly Sally port.